Okay, we're going up from Mount Seymour this morning. I hear there's some good snow up there, and we'll see what's cooking. Here's how I've rigged the GoPro on the front of my truck, and we'll see how it goes. Barely see that guy in that crosswalk. And I'm sure that he wouldn't have just walked across to the other side, but it still shows that how careful you have to be as a pedestrian and as a driver. Okay, so here we are at the bottom. A low forest fire risk. I suspect that's probably a fair comment today. Runs are all closed, so we're just at the bottom of the gate. Okay, here's a marker. We're at 196 meters at kilometer 1. We're going to pass a trailhead on the way up here, just in a few moments. It's the Baden-Powell Trail. The Baden-Powell goes from Deep Cove to Horseshoe Bay. It's a great trail for hiking, and here's the trailhead. If you were walking at the Baden-Powell Trail, from here to the cove is about 3/4 of an hour. For those of you that don't know Mount Seymour, this is one of the famous mountains for shore riding, for mountain biking. This, I believe, is where it all started. This is another parking lot on the right-hand side. The Vancouver Picnic Area parking lot is what it's called, or a lot of people refer to it as the Mushroom Lot. The mountain bike trail just goes off to the left, going down on Corkscrew, Pingu, and then Pangor, and you end up down at the trailhead right at the bottom by the park entrance. The next parking lot we're going to see is going to be a lookout. It's quite a spectacular view. So that's the lookout I spoke of that faces to the east. The lookout is pretty much east, southeast. You can see Mount Baker down in Washington State and a big part of the Fraser Valley from the lookout. This is the entrance to CBC. You've probably seen a couple of the signs going up. I mentioned CBC earlier, the mountain bike trail. And so the CBC parking lot is up here on the left. And there's CBC parking lot on our left as this path. Past the works yard for the ski hill. So we are in the parking lot. It's pretty thick. Yep, so this is the parking lot. Not much to see. So we're up at the top of Mount Seymour. Not much to see right now because it's pretty foggy. So we'll be heading back down. The GoPro is still mounted. I'll bring you up here on a day when it's a little clearer. It's amazing that we have this as a recreational resort so close to one of the largest, most vibrant cities in Canada. There's CBC parking lot again. And just on the right-hand side of this bend, that's where the trail CBC goes in. It's closed this time of year because it's the nature of the trail. It's quite fragile. That's the viewpoint, just on the other side of that guardrail. That was the one looking east. Lots of water coming off the mountain. All it needs though is a few degrees and it'll all be snow. Oh, there's a deer. Those guys are amazing. And that's pretty heavy underbrush in there, and there's lots of downed trees, and he can just rip in there like nobody's business. Sign there about a trail crossing. The Baden Powell again. There it is. Oh, there's another animal. There's a coyote. I hope we caught that. We've been pretty fortunate today. Find the gate for the park just around this corner. And the Old Buck trailhead. That's the bottom of the Old Buck, just going in there. The trailhead's just on the right-hand side. And that was our trip to Mount Seymour. We'll have to go and do that on a day when it's not quite so rainy and gray.